Hey guys, welcome to another 5149 Thinking Out Loud session. My name is James Lee. A lot of people in the Democratic elite, and some Republicans too, believe that Trump is an absolute existential threat to America and that he must be defeated at all costs. And once he's defeated, then everything goes back to normal. It's all good again. But I think a lot of America is manifested in Trump. So even if we remove Trump, a lot of the underlying problems are still there. And here's what I mean by that. So Trump's fame and fortune is really built on his marketing and his branding. And I think a lot of America, it's the same thing. Marketing and branding is at the core of a lot of things that we believe in. Trump has successfully branded himself as the ultimate businessman and the greatest deal maker ever. And America, we're the land of the free, home of the brave, America the beautiful, from sea to shining sea. Equally as brilliant, really. So brilliant that America, translated into Chinese, literally means beautiful country. Think about that. Let that sink in for a minute in terms of the power of American marketing. It's a marketing campaign so powerful that it's embedded in the most powerful language in the world. But what's underneath all that marketing and branding? Is he really making America great again? Did he actually drain the swamp in D.C.? How skilled is he actually at making deals? Does he really have $1 billion? And America is very much the same. A lot of familiar slogans, but the truth and reality, it's a little bit more muddled. Like since 9/11, I've been hearing a lot of "United We Stand." We see that on t-shirts, billboards, all over the place. But what does that mean? What does it mean to be united? I mean, sure, we're united in terms of the ruling class in America, getting in bed with big businesses. We're united in American imperialism, wars, and the military-industrial complex. That stuff we're definitely united in. But we're certainly not united when it comes to other really important things like race relations or criminal justice reform or making sure that everybody has health care. There's famous quotes that we know from school, like Patrick Henry's, "Give me liberty or give me death." But what does liberty mean, though? Because I feel like a lot of political elites, they exploit our ingrained affinity towards these concepts, this idea of freedom and liberty at all costs. They have us squabbling about ridiculous things like masks and such to distract us from the reality that the elites are essentially robbing the people blind. The rich are definitely getting wealthier during this pandemic. The government has bailed out corporations, but then are fine with letting people descend into mass poverty. And then there's our national anthem, a song that we hear and sing all the time at every single sporting event, that America is the land of the free, and it's also the home of the brave. But how exactly free are we if we, have poor health care, mass unemployment, and now potentially mass homelessness? Bravery. I think a lot of people think of that as, sending young Americans to die in these foreign conflicts that we keep getting involved in. But where's the bravery when it comes to standing up to health insurance companies and pharma companies? Like, you can argue all you want about the pros and cons of Medicare for all, but the truth is our healthcare sucks compared to other modernized countries. We pay more for it and we get way less. So what I'm saying here is that we got Trump, and Trump got elected because he really is just a manifestation of a lot of American ideals. More freedom, the best deals, the best healthcare, best jobs. Like, who wouldn't want to vote for that? In a way, he embodies the brand we know as America, a brand that is truly aspirational, but one that often overpromises and then underdelivers. One final thought. So in business, we talk a lot about brands. And a brand, if you really break it down, is essentially just a mediocre product that's packaged really nicely and then marketed in a way that you feel good about buying it. For example, an iPhone really isn't that much better than any other smartphone, but it costs way more. But having one makes you feel like you're part of the wealthy and the elite. My old professor at NYU, Scott Galloway, actually said that the whole value proposition of the iPhone is essentially just to get you laid. Here, I think I can find the clip here.
Apple is sex. This isn't a phone. It's my attempt to signal to women that if you mate with me, your kids are more likely to survive than if you mate with someone carrying an Android phone.
Like, I don't know if everybody's going to agree with that, but it's definitely thought-provoking and something that, we should ponder about. And I can go on. Advil, same as a generic ibuprofen, but costs more because it is quote-unquote from a trusted brand. Choosy moms choose Jif, implying you are only a good mom if you buy Jif for your kids. To me, this is kind of eye-opening because even something as simple as peanut butter, they find a way to exploit our emotions and charge us more for exactly the same thing. America, like Trump, like many of our favorite brands, they're just really a facade, something something really just to exploit our emotions without delivering any actual meaningful value. My whole point is really to try and explore and question these ideals and values that have been instilled in us since we were little kids, something that we quite honestly probably take for granted. But really think about what it means to be free. What types of freedoms do you actually enjoy? What does liberty mean to you? What about bravery? Think about all these things that we consider to be core American values, but also take the time to observe how these values are actually manifested in reality. And I'll pause here today, but these are things I'm going to keep thinking about, and I'd love to hear your thoughts on this as well. Thank you so much for joining me today and watching this video. If you like the video, please like and share with your friends and family. Also, please consider subscribing to 5149 and supporting independent media and independent voices like mine. My name is James Lee. I'll be back soon, and as always, thank you so much for your time.